It's a Saturday afternoon and I'm home on the massage chair and my babies are napping. Semi-quiet. The boys are with their friends in different rooms in the house, and I think we'll have two for sleepover or one for sure. I don't know. We have to cook for one more person, dinner and breakfast tomorrow. And yeah, so I was talking to my sister about recipes because you see they open in this area a pie place, and husband wanted to check it out, and so by the time we went yesterday for their opening, it was all sold out. So he went today with one of the boys and came back home with 5 pieces of that pie. And the interesting thing is called Hawaiian pie, and it was called hale hale. Hale in Hawaiian is a house. And it was interesting name, house, home. I don't know. But he brought home chocolate banana pie with lots of whipped cream, lemon pie with lemon custard, I think, and lots of whipped cream. Fig pie, which had figs on it, but also pretty much whipped cream. Apple pie, which I like the best because it was the classic. It was really good and yummy. And then there was one more. What was it? No, I don't remember. Oh, apple, lemon, choco. Pumpkin. It was pumpkin. That one was yummy. It was not sweetened, so the crust underneath that was sweet was adding the sweetness. And I think pies in general are not really hard to make. And the lady who is Japanese, of course, I guess shared with him that she lived in Hawaii for a number of years, and she probably knows Ted's Bakery on Oahu, which is the #1 popular famous bakery. Oh, excuse me. It's really a yummy pie. I don't know if you've been to Hawaii before in your life. If you had the chance to try with Tate's Bakery, pies are so yummy, especially the haupia chocolate pie with coconut milk. And I call sometimes this little guy my haupia pie because he's a cool guy. His name is Kai and it rhymes with pie, so I just call him my haupia pie because he's really yummy. He's so fluffy and yummy. But so I was checking online about haupia choco pie, like according to Ted's Bakery kind of style. And yeah, they put lots of whipped cream on top. Even if you don't put the whipped cream on the top for decoration, it's still yummy even without it. But you know, people like to make it fancy and add more to the price for adding more whipped cream on top, like little flowers. Anyways, I wanna try to make that pie because I think it's gonna be really yummy. And they do sell coconut milk here in cans, so I could try to do that. Pretty much all the ingredients I have, like cornstarch. I think I need to just get coconut extract. I think that's what they wanted, because to make the taste like a bit stronger, like coconut. And yeah, the rest is I don't know if you guys are good at baking pies. I'm not good at making the crust. I really am not. I have to Google recipes for how to make crust for pie, but once you master how to make the crust, I think you're good to go. You can put anything on the top, like any kind of custard and a flavor and whipped cream and fruits and whatever, or chocolate chip or whatever. You can sell it or have it for holidays for your family. It's really yummy. I think it's one thing I want to try to add, maybe an apple pie or so, and pumpkin pie to our selling cheesecakes in October when we start selling cheesecake again in the house with the kids, because I need cash. I need cash because they want this and they want that. I have a boy that is going to have a birthday in October, and he wants Lego that is like over $100. It's a bit much, but it's something that he really, really wants. He's been saying that for months, so he wants for his birthday, and it's changed. He wanted this and that. Some of them are more affordable, like below the $100, but this one is big, and he's been into Titanic stuff for all summer. His interest, like everything he watches, is about Titanic. He knows all the details about how it looks like, how it broke into two, how it sank. He makes it with Lego, his own model and replica, and it looks really well. Like, I don't know how he manages even the four chimneys to look like sideways because they're not really straight. He's really amazing. He sees everything in his head. He doesn't follow any instructions, and he makes it so that it's easy to break on the half, and he explains how it sinks and falls and stuff. Those guys are starting to waking up. It's okay. And so we were talking with my sister about recipes, and I was telling her about the halpia pie, and like we were talking about, oh, she's like not into pies and whipped creams and stuff. I'm like, yeah, my kids are not either, but every once in a while it's good to, dig in something, to indulge yourself into something yummy. And in Japan, people really love to indulge themselves into good food, and also how it's presented. The look of it is very important too. That's why everything's so perfect and so beautiful and gorgeous here. And I have to tell you guys that yes, there are cakes, and if you go to a bakery shop or a cake shop, like what is it called? Patisserie. If you go to a patisserie shop, they look outstanding. They look so beautiful, glossy, shined up, with fruits, without fruits, decorated into the smallest detail. And you can buy a piece of this and piece of that. When you try it though, not that tasty because it's flavorless. They don't put much sugar or say extracts of flavors. It's not rich in flavor at all. And I don't like it. Like for the past 2 years, I think my kid's piano teacher sends home the kids in December with a cake. It's like in a small box, that with something, Christmassy box, and inside is a cake. And at first we were so excited, and we were like, yay, let's just dig in. And the buttercream was so rich, but like when it's rich and sweet, you cannot really feel the thickness and the richness of it. Oh, there was not much sugar, so you can just feel the butter in it, It was just horrible. It was horrible. So we just ate the decoration on top, and no, it was horrible because it was not even whipped cream. It was buttercream. It was really, really, really rich. And if you just have a bite or two of that, it just makes you sick. It just makes you sick. And second year, we were like, oh yeah, we know that cake. And we just eat the bread here and there a little bit, and the decoration on top, like the chocolate parts, and that's it. It's gonna go. I hope this year that she doesn't do that. Or I'm just gonna tell her we don't really like buttercream cakes. Nope. At least not in Japan. Maybe she purchased them from somewhere, I don't know. But pies are also rich, and they're really easy to make, I guess, if you know how to make the crust. But you know, my sister was telling me, because she was here for a little bit, and she made this dessert for us that needed exactly 70 grams of this and 120 grams of that. And I was like, I don't really know how to measure those things. It's like, well, don't you have like a what do you call it, measuring device? I'm like, oh, what? Excuse me, guys. I don't really have it. I have one that I use, and it was here in the house before us from grandma. She's right there on the wall in the picture. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, there is one here that I use for 100 grams of sugar that I use for cheesecakes. And just now I always eat 100 grams. So, but that thing's like, when you put the cup on the whatever on it, it's like it has an arrow and shows with the arrow the scale on the scale. So my sister's like, oh, this is old, like it has numbers and it's a scale. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, mine is electronic. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't really know. I don't really care. Like, I didn't really think about that. And then she's like, you know what? I'll send you one. I'll get you one. I'll send you one. I'm like, you know what? I don't really want it, or I don't really need it. I have this old thing that is been here in the house from before me. Like, who knows how old it is. But I use it and it works, but I don't know if I can nail the 70 grams. I don't know. So she was telling me now that when we were chatting today, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna send you one. I'm like, you know, the reason I don't really, one of the reasons I don't really buy things for the house, or haven't bought for a long time things unless I'm really, really desperate in need, is because I never really felt like this was my house, and I didn't want to put stuff in it, because I never thought I'm gonna stay that long here. You know what I mean? Like this place has like futons that are so old and so stained, but this one I bought when after the babies were born. I bought it because my back was a really bad situation. I was sleeping in sitting position for almost a year, if not a year, from pain. I couldn't get my body up. But yeah, so like all the stuff, like this fan that I just saw that right now, that is like cracked here, and it has one of the fan pieces is broken. Those photos are not mine. The piano we bought on second hand for $300. It's electric. But like all those like couches, like this couch there, those couches are all like given to me for cheap if somebody was leaving, or it was in the house before, or you get the idea, guys. So yeah, this chair is given to us for free because it was going to end up in the trash. It was in somebody's house. It was staying there forever. It smelled like old Japanese house, and it's peeling everywhere. So in the whole house we have those like black ladder pieces, and I don't really mind because I use this chair. Like here's like really already peeled well, and it's broken now because look, I cannot really put this thing down. It's up constantly, which is for the feet massage, you know. But I really don't mind. Having it because it works and it makes my back feel a little bit more alive. But my point is, I never really wanted to buy things for the house that, like for the kitchen, for example, kitchenery stuff, because I didn't really want to accommodate a lot of stuff in a place where we were not going to live for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to have cluster, and like, especially, when my friends who work here as an English teacher work for a year, they want to move to a bigger city, so they lived in this shoebox, we call it, like a small apartment with one room only, and bathroom, and the kitchen is like actually the little hallway thingy. So they live in something like that, and then if they keep adding more things, like it's hard to get rid of it after. So I've helped few of them to move out or accept their stuff whether they want to get rid of. But I didn't really buy my own measurement scale or my own pots. Everything that I have pots is seriously pots that I cook in. Everything is from this house, from grandma, or was given to me from my English teacher friends who moved away from here. It's amazing, all of it. Like, I never bought a pot. Frying pans I've bought because they wear out quickly, and because I use them every day, like a few times a day sometimes for meals. So frying pans, yeah, but pots not really. And one of my friends who left here left behind a crock pot last year, and this year in April, March. So I use it a few times, and when it was too chilly, and I use it a lot in the winter too. It makes really amazing warm meals. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Chili. You can make stews, soups, anything is just really amazing. I love it. But that's from the States, and that's precious to me because it's in the buttons are in English. I can understand it. No gibberish, and I like kanji only that I don't have any. Anyway, so yeah, a rice cooker, we had to buy a bigger one because family was growing and lots of people eat. That one he purchased, and he had friends and gave him discount or whatever. The microwave oven in Japan, the microwave is also an oven. You can use it as a microwave, as a grill, and as an oven. And that one he got, it's small. I wish I could have it bigger, like to put 2 plates in it to cook faster. Because with the cheesecake now, one cheesecake takes 1 hour 60 minutes to cook on low. They cook low, and that one, if I bake 6 of them in one day, it takes me 6 hours, and that's a lot of energy too. So I wish I had one oven that is a bit bigger and it can fit 2. But I'll think about it. See, I don't want to buy things. I don't want to buy it because I don't want to leave it behind if I'm moving away from here, which I really hope is sometime soon. But yeah, and everything wears out, and it's not like curtains are. It's just, it looks like a haunted house. The curtains in this house are falling apart, and how people do it in Japan, the curtains is just very interesting to me. It's just so complicated. There's those wires that are so I use this one as a hanging place too, but like I think on this side, yeah, you cannot really see it, but they're like hooks that are like tilted and bended, like just, and it's hooked up to the curtain, the wire, and then the other part is on the rails. I don't know, it's just really weird. And then because the curtains are been here for so many years, I don't even know how many decades, so they're falling apart. Like there are 2 kinds of curtains, the thin ones, the white ones, and the thicker ones. The thicker ones I can live without, but the thin ones I use because for privacy, and they're just falling apart, like they're splitting from up to down. It's like and the babies are not helpful at all. They just go around them, and I've never ever washed them in my 10 plus years here. So it's like disgusting. And yeah, there's a fungi growing in our toilet in the ladies' room because we have a ladies' bathroom and then a guy's bathroom where they only go to pee, of course. And the other one is where they go for number two. But I guess so that's how it works in Japan, you guys. There's like this little tank that is full of water, and when you flush it, the water from that tank goes down to the toilet, and then on the top of it there is a hole and like a little sink thingy, like water comes out of it, so you can actually wash your hands while it's filling up the tank. So you can wash your hands with soap there, and it goes into that tank, and the next time you flush it's going to be soap water, so it's even better, right? It washes constantly. It's not that stinky, but the pipes are so stinky of those bathrooms. Like the men's room is just, no matter how much I wash it and how much smell I put in there, like aroma, like those lemon, like whatever flavor scent, I just put whatever, and then I bleach and I bleach and I use chemicals that they have in the supermarket, and it just stinks always. It just stinks. And then the boys, I make sure I tell them to flush well, and they do, but the pipes are really old. But the one in the toilet for the ladies room, that fungi is growing like right under the tank, and I think the tank is leaking somewhere. It's really old, and so there's like constant like water drop on the bottom and of it, and then in the corner where the floor and the wall meets, that corner is always wet, I think, and there's like little mushrooms growing from it. The first time I saw mushrooms growing, I just freaked out because it's like a living thing and it's growing in the bathroom. That was like this summer, so I sprayed it with bleach and water spray. It died. There were different kinds. There were a lot. One was big and brown, the other one was the small white ones. Recently I killed another one after my sister's family left. I killed one more, and now I see another one is coming, like little small white ones sprouting, so scary. And so yeah, I just it never really felt like home really, but it is what it is. Home sweet home, old and unknown.